Hi, I'm Jeff Toyster. We're going to talk about finding the perfect candidate for a role within your company or organization. And this is part one, the competency model. Now, if you're not familiar with the competency model, it's simply an easy way of identifying the skills or qualities you're looking for in a candidate for a particular position. So why should we use one? What are the benefits? Well, it focuses on skills and attributes, and that's important because it allows us to identify exactly what we need in someone for a particular role. It also helps us prioritize our needs. What are the most important skills or qualities we're looking for? And let's separate those from things we'd like to have but aren't absolutely necessary. It can also help us clarify our selection strategy. If we know what the ideal person would be like, then it's easier to try to figure out where we can find and meet that person to recruit them to our organization. Well, let's take a look at a very simple competency model. And up at the top here, where it says Overview, that's just a place where you can express the type of position you're looking for. On this next box below here, we've separated organizational must-haves from job-specific must-haves. And what that means is, from an organizational standpoint, what does anybody who's successful in our company have to have in terms of skills or attributes, qualities, etc.? And then what does anybody in this specific job have to have? Now below that, in the boxes below that, we have organizational nice-to-haves and job-specific nice-to-haves. And the nice-to-haves in this model are simply separated from things we have to have. These are things we're willing to live without. But in the event of a tie between a couple of candidates, this would be our nice tiebreaker. So let's take a look at an example and see what this might look like. The example we'll give you here is a customer service representative for an online sporting goods retailer. So let's say you're trying to hire someone to work in the call center. They're going to answer phone calls, emails from customers, asking questions about their order, needing help with the particular product information, etc., etc. And so if I were going to create my competency model for this role, on the must-haves side for the organization, one of the ones I'd probably have is having a passion for sports and recreation. In other words, someone who really loves the types of products that our company provides. And maybe trying to capture a couple of cultural elements. You know, I'm going to ask for that work hard, play hard mentality, and someone who's got a high integrity, wants to do the right thing. And then job specific. Now this is specific to the particular role. You know, here are a few things you might look for in a CSR. Now notice these are all skills. None of them are related to experience. And we'll look down here where it says job specific nice to have. Be nice to have relevant experience or relevant education or training. But the reason they're nice to haves is that experience by itself doesn't really tell us a whole lot unless we know what people have done with that experience. A colleague of mine once said, you know, you could be a 20-year experienced person in this position, but you may have been doing it badly for 20 years. Or you'd have someone who's learned a lifetime of lessons in just 1 year. So the skills are much more important than the experience, but we also don't want to discount experience. Experience could be a really good barometer of how well someone can do. And we look at the organizational side of things, nice to haves. Maybe they're a current customer, maybe some business savvy. They just understand how the business works and can contribute on a more global scale. But we're okay if they don't have those. We're willing to develop those in our fictional online sporting goods retailer. So we're going to try to keep it simple, give you a chance to try it out. If you'd like to, three-step process, download the model. Here's your website, toystersolutions.com/competency. Choose a job in your organization to focus on, preferably one you're recruiting for, and then complete the worksheet. Now I'll give you one last bonus test here. If you complete the worksheet, apply it to the people you already have working in that role. And if it doesn't fit those people, you got to make a decision. Either you have the wrong people currently in the job, or you need to adjust your model a little bit. In other words, if you've got people that are successful in that position now, they should fit this model really, really well. All right, well, that's finding the perfect candidate. Just part one, the competency model. Stay tuned for part two. We'll show you how to devise specific search strategies and tests to find people that match your ideal candidate. Again, I'm Jeff Toyster. I wish you the best of luck.